destiny of Liberia's most vibrant assets, our youth in our sports sector. As I take leave for this noble office, I do so not with a sense of departure, but with the satisfaction of service rendered, seeds planted, and foundations laid for a stronger, more dynamic ministry that will continue to serve Nigeria long after today. When we assumed office, Honorable Minister, we were determined that our administration would be guided by structural policy and strategic direction rather than awkward decisions. To that end, we successfully launched the ministry's 5-year strategic plan, a compass to guide youth and sports development in focus, measurable and results-driven. Madam Minister, I will present to you a copy of the strategic plan. We developed and launched critical governance policies, including human resource policies, finance and budget, monitoring and evaluation policy, and asset management. These instruments have strengthened transparency, accountability, and performance management within the ministry. Recognizing the need for legal modernization, we developed a draft bill to repeal the draconian PRC Decree 35, the archaic law established the ministry to reposition the institution in line with contemporary global youth and sports governance framework.
We, the representatives of the 27 former logging companies that were affected by Executive Order Number 1, issued on February 1, 2006, do hereby strongly condemn the recent unlawful action by some unscrupulous individuals claiming to be former timber workers on the grounds of the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning on February 16, 2026. Let us say that no legitimate former timber workers who appreciate the efforts of the government of Liberia in paying our benefits will take to the streets. We see their action as being politically motivated. Let me repeat. We see their action as being politically motivated and only intended to undermine the true intent of the government for the payment of our benefits, which has been stored for the past 20 years, and dissuade the president in serving his people with humility. In so doing, we want to humbly officially inform the government of Liberia that we as former timber workers and our collaborating unions, the United Workers Union of Liberia and the National Timber Wood Construction and Allied Workers Union of Liberia,
It's another day, and of course, we are here again. Like we are always here, doing the job we love doing. And as you sit there and listen and follow the show like usual, we want to say thanks always. You are an integral part of the show. You are the one who makes this show a perfect one. Because your participation is worth commending. I want to welcome all of you. If you're in District Number 1 up to District 17 in Moserado County, what a great way it is to welcome all of you here on this radio, Kia Radio 95.9. We're not just live on the radio, we're also live on our online platform, KCN TV on Facebook, and on YouTube, Kia Network or Care Communications Network. On X, formerly Twitter, we are there, Care Communications Network or Care Network as well. So welcome, folks, wherever you are. If you're in Buchanan, if you're in Magibi County, Kakata City, or maybe you're in Tottenburg, Bomi County, you're in Bapulu County, Bupulu City. Maybe you're in Robert Sports, Grand Cape Mount County. Wherever you are, it is a pleasure welcoming you to another fascinating edition of the program inside Liberian Care Radio 95.9. My name is Maurice Desmond Brown. Of course, I'm your usual host, and we'll run you up until 5:55 this evening. Yeah, so it promises to be great as always. Just all you do for me is to invite a friend to listen alongside with you, or you can grab yourself a bottle of water, a glass of juice, some snacks. If you're home, you can get yourself under this cold weather, get yourself a glass of gin. And you can be zipping on while we fill you in with meaningful information until 5:55 this evening. So yes, it is what it is. Today is the 9th date of the month of July, and the year is 2026. We are gradually creeping into Liberia's Independence Day celebration. Yeah, I mean, I'm told that it's going to be 2 celebrations. Wow. Because the 100 is going to fall on the Independence Day is going to fall on Sunday, and it's going to be celebrated on Monday. So it's Sunday, Monday, the weekend is going to be long. Wow. It calls for real celebration. Liberia, in spite of your political affiliation, Liberia independence is for everyone to enjoy. Yeah, I know it's difficult. Sometimes it's good for us to do that. Yeah, so at 5 o'clock, we are expecting some guests from FLY, Federation of Liberian Youth. If we have them, fine. We will discuss Federation of Liberia's youth issues right on this radio. Issues that will benefit your children, your children's future. Representatives might be here at 5 o'clock. If they are not here, we have 2 key issues we want to talk about. We really want to assess something here. Yeah, but however, we have a couple of issues to talk about right here on this radio, Care Radio 95.9. So we'll take a line of our team song. We'll be back in the jiffy. Yeah, on our online platform, you can just leave your comments. We'll read them out for you, like Vanessa Junior Bar, very ardent follower of the show, always on. He said Wea is coming back. He's watching us from Nuku Town. Thanks so kindly. So let's take a line of our team song. We'll be back in the jiffy. Away. Today's presentation promises to be very fascinating, like always.
Monsieur Mario abimbi moto nakanisi biloko yanga ya ye Mario na lembi kende Mario na baye yo koyoka motema pasi te nakonga moko nafutaka bilamba nasombela yo atikeli yo souvenir ya bolingo oyo ezali na lavage nakotinela yo na bato.
Okay, welcome back, folks, wherever you are. It is always great being here. And of course, we take this spot announcement quickly from Liberia Electricity Corporation. We'll come back. We get the ball rolling. So the Liberia Electricity Corporation, the LEC, is pleased to inform the public that it is collaborating with SNAP for the implementation of the smart metering program. The initial phase of this program will be carried out in Pinsville and its associated feeders. As part of the process, joint teams from LEC and SNAP will begin conducting community engagement activities and customer data collection within the targeted areas. The smart meters comes with several advanced features, including geofencing technology. The meter automatically shuts down and can no longer work if it is removed from its registered installed location. Temper alert system. The meter automatically sends SMS to LEC, Synapse, and the customer whenever tampering is detected. Automatic token loading. Customer no longer need to manually enter token codes when you purchase your LEC, as credit is loaded automatically on the meter. GPS tracking capability. The meter can be located through its GPS system, identifying its location when stolen. Following the customer data collection exercise, LEC and Synapse will commence the replacement and installation of smart meters. Customers who currently have a meter or possess proof of payment for a meter, or whose meter was previously stolen, with evidence will have their meters replaced free of charge. Customers with our existing meters records will have their information collected and will be required to pay the applicable connection fees to be connected. For additional information, please contact the LEC customer hotlines 4500 or visit the LEC head office, Waterside, Monrovia. This announcement is brought in by the management, Liberia Electricity Corporation. Yeah, so that is what it is. LEC is rolling out a program in the Pinsville area, and that is what the announcement is about. We are grateful to be here. And once we don't have our guests at 5, we'll talk human interest matters. We'll talk human interest matters. And of course, you know exactly how it's going to be like. On Tuesday, while we're here, we conducted an opinion poll. And that opinion poll was conducted based on what we think. We wanted to assess the political landscape of the country, how people are bracing themselves for the current political climate and economic climate of the country. And so we're asking our people, if elections were held today, will you want the Unity Party's legacy to continue? Or do you want to see the CDC, the Congress for Democratic Change, coming back? Or do you want to see a new breed of leaders other than the Unity Party and that of the CDC? Yeah, 1 or 2 persons said they prefer a new breed of leaders that they will want to trust. But out of 62 valid votes that we counted, 12 went for the Unity Party. The remaining votes actually went towards the CDC angle. It tells you that the political landscape of the country shows a deep sinking of the Unity Party's legacy. And why do I say so? It's based on the records. It may not be a lot of Unity partisans that may have, contributed to the show, but it is about time that the Unity Party assess, reassess, redirect, re-energized, and look into the matter on which she was brought to power. Look, Liberians are a set of people that have come to observe in your first, second, third year of leadership. If you cannot prove to them beyond all reasonable doubt that you can do the job, you are done. You are done. And if other stations are conducting opinion polls like what we did, they will have similar results. But it doesn't in any way mean that the Unity Party cannot win elections come 2029. But a Liberia that I have assessed, they evaluate a government in the first 2 years of that government's reign. the CDC started to really work in the last 3 years of their regime. The first 3 years, 2018, 2021, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, the whole of that time we are around 2022, there was COVID-19. The moment the government took over, so the government had too many things to deal with in terms of health. COVID was in the country. The government was fighting to either eradicate or reduce the rates of people contacting COVID and all of that. So the government took 2 years almost to fight COVID. All the 3 years, the government struggled, but the Liberian people believed that not much was done by the CDC administration. So they thought to change the course. They thought to redirect their votes to a government they thought and they believe will make a change for them. Ahmed Haman, thanks always watching from Kakata. Thanks so kindly. He's an ardent follower of the program from Kak City. That's Magibi County, Kakata. So they decided to change the course and bring in the Unity Party. 3 years on, or 2 years and a half going, almost 3 years into the Unity Party's administration, it is becoming unpopular. This is not an incineration. This is not an incineration. Let me take a break. Let me take a break quickly. I'll be right back. So yes, 3 years or 2 years on, the Unity Party is becoming unpopular because of some of the policies that the Liberian people believe should be a policy. It's not a policy. And so we did that opinion poll because we wanted to assess the political climate. And let me say this, that it is an opinion poll. It is not, like I said that very day, it is not an average space for conclusion that the elections will go the CDC's way come 2029. And it's also not a clue that the Unity Party wouldn't lost an election in 2029. So it's other way around. But the Unity Party will have to re-strategize. Look, I am a media person. I've been in this thing for almost 18 to 20 years now. And I can say safely to you that what I have seen, what I have observed, what I've come to realize is that the Liberian people assess a particular government in at least the first 2-3 years. If you fail to prove to them that you are the government that they actually want, you could be facing the door of exit. You could be facing the door of exit. And some of these things And that's why I love the Unity Party partisans. Let me tell you why I love some of them, most of them. I like them. They are people who are very honest. In spite of all of the things they do or they say, they are actually honest that they are able to speak about their government when their government isn't performing. The Unity partisans will come to the platform and say, only a few of them will not agree that the government isn't performing the way it should. Yet the government is doing some other good things. And we can't negate that particular fact. We can bury that truth that the United Party government is doing some things that are good. But you see, let me tell you something. I did an analysis the other day concerning a man going to a woman and telling that woman that your husband has kept you on a servitude or have kept you on a bondage. You are tying one lapper over and over and again. When I become your new boyfriend, you will not have to tie this particular lapper you are tying over and over. That message sticks in the head of that person. It sticks in the head of that woman. She believed that when you are given the chance, you will start to do those things that you've promised. Women are like babies. When you leave your home, and it's the similar thing with Liberian people. Look, Liberians are not hard to satisfy. We're not hard to satisfy as Liberians. I want you to disprove me. All of you listening to this radio as Liberians. Are you hard to satisfy as a Liberian person? I'm not too sure. Because I'm sitting here, I'm a Liberian man. I'm not hard to satisfy. I'm not hard to be satisfied. And I guess many of you listening to the radio sitting now, you're not hard to get satisfied. A Liberian man only won a Liberian woman in Liberia. I'll come back to that scenario. A Liberian woman in Liberia will only want her husband to be working and earning at least $400, $500 US. That man will be able to cater to his family, send his children to school, make sure his wife, is having one or two things to wear while she's going out. Even if they are renting and they can equally get their money to pay their rent, they will not be too particular about building house because probably it's not the time to build it. A Liberian man gets very content or gets contented with that particular, position that they're finding food to eat, their children are going to school. That is the Irish Liberian man mentality, and that's how Liberian men want it. If the country was still not in that manner, all the noise we're hearing here will not hear it. What are United Party people traveling or whatever they're doing? Nobody cares about them. Whether they're wearing private jet or they're doing what, Liberians will not want to know. The fact that their husbands are going to work, their boyfriends are going to work, coming home with something small to support the family, they are not fighting to find at least a meal. They're not fighting to find it. They can find a meal a day. I think Liberian men gets contented at this point. Contentment sets in. I know a Liberian man will contentment. I know Liberian men how they get they get satisfied so easily. It's the same way with children. Our children at home do not need extra things. The small snacks, the small biscuits, and other things we carry home. It satisfies them. They boast to their friends that when dad is coming home, he brings me biscuit. Women do the same. When you're catering to your woman, you're catering to your home, your family. They go out there to boast about you. My husband is not making much, but at least he's taking care of the home. So the United Party comes and tell the Liberian people, the CDC is ill-treating you. The CDC has maltreated you. We're coming to do this. We'll do this. We'll do that. Look, all of the things you told the Liberian people you would have done have gotten stuck in their head. Today, they're better seeing you executing those things you've told them. Rather, you are doing something different, even though it's benefiting the country. But those things that they expect you to tackle, that you told them you would have done, you're not doing it. And it's causing serious stalemate in the country. Everywhere you pass, people have issues. People say, oh, that's not what we voted the United Party for. What did they vote the United Party for? The United Party campaign on the issue of eradicating drug in the country. Today, the drug case, every day there's a new development coming up. Every day he described, every day there's a new thing coming up. Again, Rock Nessier has been able to tell, Spoon TV again, that for more indication, some of the information he has gotten is that the driver of the LDA bus might be implicated in the $19.2 million drug bust. If that is something to go by, then where are we? A man who is before the fighting, who is leading the charge to fight illegal drug in the country, if his driver is implicated, if, I'm using the word if, because that is what Ragnesi have said. Ragnesi said the information he have gotten is that the driver of Vegera Biago could be part of the syndicate of the $19.2 million drug bust. If that is something to go by, then the fight against drug is going absolutely nowhere. This is an allegation. Rogney has not provided any substantial proof. But he said, from investigations that are being conducted, the driver could be implicated. How? Now, these are the small things that are causing the Unity Party administration not to be respected. Because when you told this girl that your boyfriend isn't treating you right, when I come, the first thing I will make you to travel. And you can't make a woman to travel, the woman stay in the same position. She feels like you are lied to her. Though you are feeding her, you're giving her food. But that was not food. Food was not the problem for her own relationship. Food was not the problem. She was eating. But you've come, you're giving her food. She stayed eating. She was eating before you met her. And you stay providing food for her to eat. That's not what she wants. What she wants is a new adventure. You told her that when people drug was in the country, it was prevalent. In fact, it was the government officials then from the city's administration that were bringing the drug. When you come, there will be automatically a change that the drug issue in the country will be minimized to the lowest. Today, we're hearing terrible things. We are hearing terrible things. If these things are things to go by, then it means the fight against drug isn't going anywhere. The driver of the man leading the charge to fight illegal drug, if his name is implicated in this, if that he's allegedly part of the syndicate or the cartel, then where are we? Then it means that even Fejera Biago himself should step aside from the investigation. If this is something to go by. So we look in the coming days, Rocknessy have said he will release evidence to prove some of the things he has been able to say. And he said the reason why he has been reneging to provide this proof is because he didn't want to do anything that will, jeopardize the ongoing investigation. But as it is, if it is not politics, I would prefer he release this evidence to prove, so that when people would know what is happening. So that is it. Just wanted you to know where we are with this drug issue and some of the things that are happening, the political climate, and all of that. The next thing I want to talk on a little bit before we take calls. We got 5 o'clock. We have other issues that will come up. If our guests don't show up, we have very good issues coming up at 5 o'clock. So we're reserving some of the breaking news and other things for 5 o'clock. It is important for us to ask these very critical questions. The executive mansion, I'll read you what the executive mansion posted before the president left from Liberia to Istanbul. You see, we put strings on the government and we allow speculations. That is why our country is the way it is. Why our country is like this. So, this is what the executive mansion posted. I'll read you verbatim 4 days ago. 4 days ago. 4 days ago, the executive mansion posted this. For immediate release, President Bouaka departs for working visit to Turkey. Sunday, July 5, 2026. Executive Mansion, Monrovia. President Joseph Newman Bouaka Sr. departs Liberia this morning for a working visit to Istanbul, Republic of Turkey, where he will hold a series of engagements aimed at strengthening bilateral relationships and promoting investment opportunity for Liberia. During the visit, President Bouaka is expected to meet with Turkish counterpart, President Recep Tayyip, to discuss matters of mutual interest and explore avenues for enhanced cooperation between Liberia and Turkey. The bilateral discussion will focus on expanding collaboration in key sectors, including trade and investment, infrastructure, health, education, agriculture, energy, and technical cooperation. In addition to his official meeting, the Liberian leader will engage with prominent Turkish business leaders and investors to showcase Liberia's investment potential and encourage increased private sector participation in the country's development. These engagements are expected to foster stronger economic partnership and attract investment in priority sectors of the Liberian economy. President Bouaka is accompanied by a small delegation that includes the Minister of State with our portfolio, Honorable Hajat Mamaka Belete, along with other senior government officials. While the president is away, the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Honorable Samuel A. Steve Hua, will chair the cabinet in consultation with the Honorable Vice President, remaining in regular contact with the president. The president is expected to return to Liberia at the end of the week upon the conclusion of his engagement in Turkey. Signed, Anthony Kula Bona Nyen Fofana, Presidential Press Secretary. Now, why did I read this particular release from the executive mansion? When the executive mansion posts that the president is departing Liberia on a working visit, it means that engagements that the president is having will be carried live, or there will be write up on some of the meetings the president is having with his Turkish counterpart. The business leaders the president was expected to meet, The president left from here since Sunday. Today is Thursday. Go and stroll on the executive mansion page. The only thing you see is the departure of the president. That is the end. No update. They have not posted a single meeting of the president. They have not said anything about the president's arrival at Istanbul. No meeting, no official pictures or videos that have been posted on the executive mansion's page. This is not just disingenuous, but it is also a form of incompetence on the part of those handling the president's affairs. It's a form of incompetence. Look, if you tell the Liberian people that the president is departing for working visit to Istanbul, the president arrived in Istanbul, maybe he left Sunday, arrived on Monday. We didn't see arrival of the president. Tuesday, we didn't see meetings that should have been held by the president with other business people. Wednesday, the same thing. Today is Thursday. We are yet to see pictures. Pictures of meetings that the president is having. Now, look, let me say this. If the president is going for medical, I've said this before and I'll say it. We got to be honest with the Liberian people. We all know the age of the president. We all know that at that age there are complications. And of course, people's health issues are not issues to politicize. But if the president is going for medical, it should be clear that the president is going on a private visit. Look, this is the president of the Republic of Liberia we are talking about. If the president is going on a private visit, let it be known that he's going on a private visit. But you cannot say the president is going on a working visit to meet investors, to meet people. And for 4 days, you have failed to give update on the president's meeting, on the people the president is meeting, the meetings he is having, the dignitaries he has met, the Turkish counterparts we are going to meet, the kind of conversations they are having. No update, no pictures, no video, no nothing on the executive mansion's website. And that is where the Ministry of Information comes in to provide clarity to the Liberian people. But what they do there is they use the time taxpayers have paid for, they use that time to go attacking opposition people who speak some ills about the government. They go to respond to them. Today, the Minister of Information again said he will not stop attacking people who criticize the government. That is not why the regular press briefing is meant for. That regular press briefing is meant to bring Liberians up to speed with happenings in governance, happenings in the government cycle, bilateral agreements that the president is signing, some of the meetings the president is having, the impact, the economic ramifications, the social and educational ramification, the health ramification, those things that will bring relief to the Liberian people is the kind of projection we expect from the Ministry of Information. But from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we are in the 4th day of the president's departure. Not a single picture is being posted on the Executive Mansion Facebook page. Not a single video of the president's arrival. Not a single video of the president's meeting with any investor, with any group of people in Turkey. Paul Muen is following us from Gbapolu County, Western Liberia. Thanks so kindly for joining us. And these things are not bothering the handlers of the president. I said it repeatedly. That's why other people are saying the president have gone for medical. Other people are saying the president did not go for any bilateral meeting or any kind of, investors engagement and all of that. They're saying the president went for medical. Is it wrong to go for medical? No. Anybody in this country can get sick. Even myself. Even where I'm sitting, I'm not well. But guess what? Everybody got a way out. The president of the Republic of Liberia is not an ordinary citizen. If the president is going for medical, let it be known that the president is going for medical. Nothing absolutely will happen. But we can continue to say things when we know that it is not what is happening. If the president was going for meetings and all of those things, we should have been seen by now posting of pictures of the president in meetings with people. And that's why people from the opposition are speculating that the president have gone for surgery, the president has gone, for medical and all of that. All these speculations will not happen if the proper information is being placed out there. Look, the president is a septuagenarian. The president is above 80. We expect that there will be complications. We expect that the president will have complications. Everybody in this country can get sick, including me, including all of you listening to this radio. But the handlers of the president believe that saying that the president is going for medical, the president is going for private visit, or the president is going on, that is it. The man is the president. Look, whether the opposition, current opposition like it or not, President Baka is president until 2029. So whatever he does, in the seat as a president now, they will have to bear. They can't do anything. No protest in this country has brought any government down. In contemporary politics of our country for the last 20 years or more. Under Manasali regime, people protested in the time. Manasali stayed, led the country for 12 years. But let the truth be out there. Let people get to know. If we say the president is on state visit, then we got to be very honest. We got to be very honest. If we are communicating, and that is one of the reasons, one of the problems with the government communication arm. The Ministry of Information are supposed to disseminate information to the Liberian people, tell the Liberian people the agenda of the government. The bilateral and or multilateral agreements have been signed by the government. They're not doing it. Every tongue they can hurry that goes to criticize the government, the information ministry goes to the neck and throat of these people. That's not the essence of the regular press briefing. So from Monday to Thursday today, no pictures, no video, nothing at all is on the website or on the Facebook page of the executive mansion. Look, where there is an act of incommunicado, where people become incommunicado, they're not communicating. That's what I mean. If people become incommunicado, trust me, there will be speculation. People will speculate. People will say all kinds of things that they want to say that will suit them at the condition at which we are. We're not hearing from the president. It's concerning that the handlers of the president are not telling us since the president departed and got down to Istanbul. We are not seeing video of the president touching down on the soil of Turkey in Istanbul. We didn't see any video. We didn't see any pictures. But when the president arrives and he's supposed to meet, his Turkish counterpart, there should be a formal program, a welcoming program, a welcoming, ceremony, like we do here. It happens everywhere around the world. These are the diplomatic nuances that are being spoken everywhere around the world. That diplomatic etiquette. So the president will be received, the president will be welcomed in the country and everything. We didn't see one picture, one video. We need to stop this. We need to stop treating the presidency as if it is just some kind of common position in the country. If the president going for medical, let it be clear. The president is departing for routine checkup. Simple. The president going for routine checkup, that is it. That it is an immunity that is being given to the president. The president will go for a checkup. Myself, yeah, if I get an opportunity to travel and go for checkup, I will do it. The other day, I told you the same thing. I said, look, I don't like to dwell on trivialities. Oh, the president riding private jet and other things. If you make me president today, I'll ride private jet. I'm not muttering my voice on that. If you make me president of Liberia today, I will ride private jet. You won't reduce the president to go be wedding. Going commercial flight and being, EQ'd and stopping and making stoppages? Is that what you want? So I don't like to dwell with those things. That's why when the Unity Party folks were criticizing former President Weah for riding private jet, I told them it was wrong to criticize the president on this. Today, the current president is riding private jet. I can't criticize the president because I know that's the way to go. Look, I told you if Liberia got money, let's buy a plane for our president. Look, when I say president, that's to say the plane will be there. It's a presidential plane. It's just going to be for any president who comes to the hymn of leadership will use the plane. You're leaving, it is for the state, just like that. Other countries are doing it. Other countries are doing it. Yeah. So let me take a break. We'll be right back. We'll soon start. Okay, yeah, so let's run back. So yeah, I mean, these are issues that we want to talk about in the first segment of the program, that is inside Liberia. Let's take course. We will come back, and of course, on the second and final segment, I'm not too sure our guests will be here because I've not gotten signal from them from FLY, Federation of Liberian Youth. We haven't gotten a signal from them. However, we're still hopeful that they could join us. But let's take course on the first segment of the program. I told you the second segment is going to be firing than the first one. Let's take course on the line 0777 959 959 0881871670. The numbers you can call to be a part of the program inside Liberia on Kia Radio 95.9. Seem as though I have the director of communication at the Ministry of Transport on the line. So he wants to participate on the show. Let's hear you, Chief. Good afternoon.
Good evening to you, and good evening to your listening audience. I must firstly appreciate you for the topic under discussion.
Okay.
But I have a discerning view when it comes to the presidency activities.
Okay, go ahead.
For some of us who were privileged to have done or studied diplomatic communications, they will always tell you that at most when there are travels, diplomatic travels, a day or two before, as a press attaché to the president or a presidential press secretary, before report can be made.
Okay.
So at times, these things, when you see executive mansion is delaying with reports, at times because of the current prevailing situation to where they are. You need to edit pictures. You don't just come up with raw picture. That's the precedent. That is the first citizen of the Republic of Liberia we are talking about.
Okay.
Apart from that, you need to scrutinize your report. Not every sensitive report. Don't know the diplomatic discussion that is ongoing. These are diplomatic republic. So I'm not speaking official spokesperson of the government, but what I'm trying to tell you as one of those communication directors that work directly for the Ministry of Information, because every press and public affairs individual that works in the government, they are an extension to the Ministry of Information. So at times we just need to be a bit patient. Since the president arrived, there are diplomatic, engagement. And the presidential press secretary is working in line with the Ministry of Information, and the public will be updated. All it needs is about patience. So I don't think the president is falling short, or executive marshal is falling short of informing the Liberian people since the president's departure. No, that's what I just want to make clear. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so kindly. That's your view. We accept whatever view here. We don't censor people. Yeah, that is the beauty of democracy. So he said, yeah, he doesn't agree that there are issues. Yeah, there are some diplomatic conversations ongoing, and and all of that. But as they maintained that the number of days that has been given, 4 days running, no picture, no small write up on the executive mansion Facebook page, that is concerning. Yeah, that is really, really concerning. I mean, you people may know better than some of us in terms of diplomatic communication and all of that. We study our own the other way around here, and we understand. So yes, we could sort of, but 4 days and no information. But the information ministry is attacking people who are probably criticizing the government, some of the things that the government isn't providing. Use that energy. Use that energy. Let's go over. Let's go over some of the things that we didn't do right. So let's take calls. 0777 959 959, 0881 are the numbers you can call on the first segment of the program inside Liberia on Kia Radio 95.9, and of course is the first and final first lap of the program. Sorry. Yes, this message coming in says, I am 100% in agreement with you. You're making a very salient point. The handlers of the president must always communicate clean, clear, and efficiently. Yeah, I agree with you as well. So yes, let's take calls. 0777 959 959, 0777 959 959, 0881 are the numbers you can call to be a part of the program. Deputy Minister Daniel Sando has written on his Facebook page. He said, I guess it is honorable to have referred to an official of the X as drunkard, who should reduce his alcohol intake. Well, we will talk about that at 5. The issue happening at the legislature today, the head of the Rural Renewable Energy, Samuel Nangbe, appeared before the plenary of the Senate. What came out of that particular appearance, we'll tell you. We'll give you updates and we'll talk about other issues. But on the first segment, I wanted to gauge your views on the president's visit to Istanbul, the time taken for effective communication to the Liberian people. We're yet to see that. So we're also being told that the House of Representatives, they've approved the request from the CBL to publish or to print, to print additional banknotes, 79. We're told 79 billion or so dollars, $79 billion. We'll talk about that at 5. It's already 5. Let's play this music and then we'll come back to transition to our last and final segment of the program. Seems as though our guests won't be coming in because I haven't gotten signal from them. However, we'll stay here. We'll look at some very, very critical national issues here. The first segment was just to assess the president's visit to Istanbul. So let's take this music, and when we come back, trust me, we run to the final segment.
Whoever feeds after school life is the hardest experience. Whoever feeds you controls you. Money buys peace, not happiness. Spiritual life hits harder than physical life. Whatever was meant to be will be. So stop stressing about things that are beyond control. Being everywhere gets you.
Well, I just noticed that our line was off.
Not to be.
So I'll activate the lines now. It's on.
Never comes
Let's take calls on this first segment.
Never comes be.
Yeah, I just noticed that our line was completely off.
If you feel
just try to configure it now. So yeah, let's take calls on the first segment of the program. 077-959-959. The calls have already started coming. I'm sure we have some issues with. So we're coming to start to take your calls just shortly. Yeah, so I know many of you were trying to call
without you.
Yeah, the line was off. I just realized that. So let's take calls now on this first segment of the program.
Thank you. I was just about to call your number directly to inform you because you know,
I just noticed that in Tego, I look at it very fast.
Yeah, this is Edmond Carr, and I'm a proud member of Concerned Librarian for Justice and pushing for the return of former President Weah. You know, I was kind of laughing when I was listening to the communication man, you know. Look, you want to tell me that communication in democracy or diplomacy communication, it says that when the president leaves, you will see the picture. But when he arrives where he is going, nobody should give any video, nobody should send any picture. He said they are editing to see what was 4 days. No, it's not okay. That's why this is an opposition person speaking here. But what we have said that president age and my mother age is the same thing. Around my Oma, I know what can happen. More to that, the president himself, when he was in his private life after former vice president, he told us that he is having health complications. We went through a terms election in this country. At the end of that election, when the president took sick, he needed to take some rest, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and announce it to the nation. But every time you think that you will take the president out of the country to go for treatment, and then you take it, you put it on different issues. It don't hold water. What the guys should know, somebody that is working directly with you, even communication man, Edmond Carr know him. He will not tell you that I know Edmond Carr. In the executive mansion that you are sitting, you are working, people are there that know me. They will not tell you, say, we know Edmond Carr. So how you think you can keep information away? And even your council department for working in the government will still get information. Our information is that the president waiting for treatment. That's the fight.
Okay.
Are we having any issue with it? No. We have been calling for that you needed to rest. You needed to, besides even sickness, you needed to rest to take some time off. This is not your coffee. Even your coffee fine, you can rest. Why did the president take time off for 2 weeks, 3 weeks to have some rest and reflect how he think he can move his agenda forward? Okay. But every time it's lies, about the president when he leaving the country. Then I wait on that. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Edmond Carr. Let's take Patient. Patient Gray.
Yeah, I'm Patient Desmond.
Yeah, let's hear you, Mama.
Yeah, my brother in the country. There's the president so powerful. I never hear anything about Bagatelle Lakanupa. President Bagatelle Lakanupa. The president is not well. There's another one president, Desmond. But we all voted for the man. I never care for the man. I told you last time. For so long, they made a president for that, we all voted for him. Am I lying?
No.
He's obligated to us. The same way the people in rural in power, they say they have to say, we got to say, they men go to hospital. But they had it for a bad for our country.
Okay.
Then I got one funny, but when you had it there, you know what's happening. You know that, my brother.
Yeah.
What's happening there, the government never tell anything that can't pass. The poor boy, the yellow machine, everything that can get. So the government, they obligated to us. That is where our power goes.
Okay.
Let me go into.
Thank you. Let's take this call from overseas. Let's hear you.
Hey, good afternoon, my dear brother Decima.
Good afternoon.
This is Musa G. Brown calling from New Jersey.
Let's hear you, my dear big brother. Haven't heard from you for a while. Welcome to the program.
Yeah. I just want to speak to. I heard a caller when I just got to the program trying to justify why there are not pictures or videos of activities of the president of our country being out there into talking. I hate elementary, excuse. This is an elementary excuse for somebody to think to reduce the Liberian people to in an argument that the president going out there representing our country, pictures of his arrival, pictures of his receiver, pictures of where he go, what are the activities that he engaged in, will not be shown, the Liberian people will not be informed. They got to be elected. Is President Buhari more secure than Donald Trump? Even before the president should have left Liberia to travel to Turkey, the Liberian people should be informed of his activities into Turkey.
You want to wait? I already taking somebody on the line. So you'll make your point later.
Yeah, thank you.
No, go ahead, Mr. Brown.
Yeah. So the thing is, the Liberian people should have been informed of the activity of the president into Turkey. What his visitation is about, not their working visit. What working visit? Those details are given to us yet when President Donald Trump is about to go anywhere, even to visit a state. Look, man, come on. These are elementary, very elementary excuse. We should stop giving this kind of excuse for our president.
Okay.
We should be informed. President Buhari is working for us. It is us, the Liberian people, taxpayer money that has been paid to President Buhari travel. That pay him, President Buhari. It's acceptable to us.
Okay. Thank you.
What is the secret that he will have for us? His protection is from us. We should be able to protect him. So somebody will not come on the radio and give an elementary excuse that they got it. You may know we're talking about the presidency. Nobody's arguing about that.
Okay.
Nobody's arguing.
Okay, Mr. Musa.
Thank you and God bless you, man.
Thanks so kindly. Let's go back. I show Mr. Brown, the communication director at Transport, wants to make a clarity, maybe a clarity or so. Let's hear you quickly.
So I listened to the few callers, some of those who try to maybe disagree, and it is their right. That's the complete rules in a discussion to agree and disagree. But my point here is that I am not saying that executive mansion should not inform the public.
Okay.
In the first place, the president is going on a working visit. The executive mansion informed the Liberian people that the president will be departing or has departed Monrovia for Istanbul. That's the first place. This government is running an open government. It is not secret part. This government is so much mature in the sense that they always inform the Liberian people. You are concerned about why you said that the president has arrived in Istanbul and there is no pictures, there is no engagement, no press releases. Look, people must understand that in diplomacy, it comes to what? That process, that time. It's not instant. Diplomacy is process. So that's a diplomatic mission the president went on.
Okay.
A working visit, that's diplomatic.
Okay. So we got your we got your point. We got your point already. Thank you. We got your point, Mr. Brown. Let's take more calls from the other line. Good afternoon. Let's hear you.
Good afternoon, Desmond.
Yeah, thanks for asking. Let's hear you.
Desmond, thank you for this topic that you bring out this afternoon. You know, if you continue to lie, your story will never go through. And by the time you open your mouth to say something, people will say that you lie. But first of all, the press secretary needs to be fired by the president because she's not doing her work. She needs to inform the citizens of the country about the activities of the president. Our president leave from here and go Turkey. There are 4 days now. We didn't know what is happening to the president. And people are speculating that, the president is sick. Suppose, the president go Ghana. The tension that in the country, that what made the president to leave the country. All kind of speculation going around. So the president Terry Fred Fofana need to leave that position. Is he hold the position? Let the president look for somebody else to occupy that position.
Okay.
Thank you very much for the program.
Thank you. Let's take Mr. Edward Shannon, an unapologetic supporter of the Unity Party.
Yeah, how you doing, man?
Not bad, Chief.
Yeah, you know, what I'm thinking on is that the president left this country and we got the information that the president went for a working visit.
Okay.
And if the executive marshal released information, said this is what the president went for. So what else? I mean, what else do we want to hear? Probably what he's saying. Probably there are some points, at least when he get there. Once in as much when he's leaving, they can publish the show video and what have you. When he get there, immediately he gets there, where he's received and everything, it should be public. It should be public to authenticate exactly what the executive marshal said that yes, this is what the president went for. But when the executive marshal begin to hide things, people will speculate. Once you hide things, people will speculate. And it's wrong. The president is a public servant. And take it or leave it. He's a public servant. The right is inherent in the people who put in there. So you can't try to hide anything from us. The public deserves to know where the leader is and what the leader went for. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Shannon. Very, 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 very. You know, you see, I told you earlier, Unity Party folks, they don't mince their words. They say it as it is. Most of them. And that's the respect that I have for them. Look, the president is the president of the country. I've said repeatedly, we can't continue to hide that the president going for medical.
Good evening. Good evening, Desmond.
Mohammed Donzo, let's hear you.
Yeah. Well, I would like to appreciate you this evening by enlightening the Liberian people. But I heard somebody saying that the president they are on diplomatic issues. That's the reason why they cannot disclose the president picture. What of you? Are you killing me? How will you say that to the public?
Okay. Donzo, you are out. Let's take a few more calls and then we can transition to our final segment. I didn't get any signal from my guest from my Federation of Liberian Youth. So yeah, we'll take a few more calls. 0777 959 959, 0777 959 959, 0881 871 670. Let's hear you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Tina Morgan calling from Florida.
Let's hear you, Mr. Morgan.
Thank you, sir. We get problem in the country. See, I was sitting down here at 78 years now. But when you see me, you will not believe it. I'm telling you, one day I will come to action.
Yeah.
And you get me? And someone said, I was born 1949, so you always say on Friday. See the time. Yeah. But you see, our country here, the people want to get a job. They want to take a job that their own job. You want to say when a president is doing somewhere or something happens to the president, people can. How will I can get sick? Now I think I ain't even want to sick. I said, even your now, I said. But it's not more running like they get it. I can run for you. Yeah, the region.
But you can't even run. You can't even run around the horse.
Yeah, man. But you can easy. Every man, you can work out that all that man. You never start chasing after chasing him. Yeah. But the men left from here, we say, oh, the president going to talk to you. Oh, thank God. Oh, the president going to make contact. Now you go to the main state. Why they can't tell the Liberian people that the president now where he going for aid? But the fact over there, speaking, people made them some who can we know that one day they be speaking on the radio. I don't think it is well with the country. You defend the country and back the president. The president, yeah, Mr. President, when you say maybe or not. No, I thought such a president, I knew the age that something was on.
And that man used to walk when you go behind that we all could train. Yeah.
Okay.
But the people they 2x4 tradition people they get in the government, they get a jealousy people in the whole day. Man, we pay President Trump, we begging back up there. When he come back, he must call those people in a meeting and deal with them according to.
Okay. All right.
No, I say Baka.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Papa.
Because man, he's fine. We will protect for Baka was he is fine. Every day, me and Morgan make flower here for Baka Benin. Yeah, yes, Penny.
Why she see this here?
Yeah, No, not see this here.
No, I'm talking about your wife. Your wife that see this here?
My mom from Maryland.
So she's for CDC? Why I can be making flower for?
I'm not talking
You want to talk about Baka?
You're calling with me. This small chapter.
Okay.
Yeah,
I beg you.
Let me just count what that's why.
They follow the say we enter the homes, you know. But that's the beauty of it, you know. While all this much more argument going on, you can disagree, you know. Yeah, political conversations is meant for disagreement and for agreement. That's why we have people who there will be. I mean, before 2029, there will be alignment, realignment. People will leave from political parties, they will join new one. People will leave from the old one, they'll join new ones. People will leave from the new one, they'll join the old one, and all of that. Those things will happen. 077-959-959. Now we'll take two more on this subject matter. Then we'll transition to our final segment of the program inside Liberia on Care Radio 95.9. My name is Maurice Desmond Brown. Of course, I'm your usual presenter of the program, and we're here to make sure that your afternoon is spicy. If you're in the traffic and you're driving, no running. Take your time. Running is not driving. Driving is not running. Yeah, you have to take it easy. You're carrying life of people. The lives of those people are very, very important. Good evening. Welcome.
Yes, really, Decimo. Rhoda is calling from Crown Hill.
Let's hear you, Rhoda.
Yes, why the information may say from the transport is not lying.
Okay.
They need to edit those pictures before lying to us.
Okay.
That's why you trying to tell us.
Oh.
When they finish treating you and you get a little bit better, then they will take some picture and lie to us instead of telling us the truth. All of us will have fake people. So you will not tell me my father-in-law was 82, he just passed on the street. I know what I went through when he's sick. So you will not tell me that somebody of that age and the person always off the whole with sickness. Then the person go on sick, they say be bold and tell us that the person went on sick, they say. But don't lie to us. Lie will not solve problem for us. It will continue to make things worse.
Okay.
So yeah, nobody here na baby. Even the lecture coming on now can face.
Okay. Thank you, Rhoda. Let me take a final caller on this segment. This person is a final caller on this segment. Let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, how you doing, Brother?
Well, thanks for asking. Who's speaking?
I'm doing okay too.
Yeah, let's hear you, Chief.
Yo, your fuck call I'm in transport. You want to take it?
No. Just go ahead to your own.
Yeah. The Papa go working busy. So say Papa go working busy. We say oh, we put on come out. That what we say.
Okay.
Yeah. My grandmother, they got me go on and sorry yet. She to my house.
Okay, Chief. Let me do justice to this person. 30 seconds quickly. We have to transition to our final lap of the program.
Yeah, good evening, brother, and thanks for the show. Okay, thanks a whole lot.
Good evening as well.
Quickly, my name is Dickerson, right? Dickerson, I call from Cardwell.
Let's hear you, Dickerson.
Listen to our citizens. We all appreciate that we have a president that have the means of traveling. If he is sick and he travel for treatment, well, wish him well. But there is something that's very important that wherever our president goes, there's a need that those that go with him should inform us about the well-being of our president. It's not just people that electing. The country right now is looking up to him for leadership. And then next thing I want to say, listen, you just hosted a guy.
No, he was not a guest.
You're laughing.
He was not a guest. He just called.
Okay, you were another guest, but you call on the show and you're kind of laughing at him and his wife. Listen, It really made my day. You know why? Because he was talking to his wife was on the other side, but if you notice, he was laughing.
Yeah.
And both of them in the same room, for different parties, but you understand?
Yeah.
They work together. If we as citizens of this country can live like that,
we will move our country forward.
Best place for the country, definitely. I think I'm my point, right?
Yeah, that is it. I agree with you. I've been pushing that as well. I'm I'm the kind of person who believe that it's part of our political toxicity. We can still move our country forward.
I mean, this particular show today, just to hear this guy call and laughing here, but they're on different party, but they're two
He's an old man. The men are 78-year-old, old man.
Exactly. Yeah, they're two sharing fun. Listen, if the country can live like this, brother, will not harm anybody in this country. We'll live for both parties, but yet we'll work and coexist.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, brother. Have a pleasant day.
Thanks so kindly. Let's move on to the final segment of the program. And this final segment will look at what is happening up Capitol Hill. The legislature. The legislature. The legislature. I think I've said it 3 or 4 times now. Look, I have some fundamental problems with the Senate. And I will say this. I come from a family we are fearless. I come from a family where fear is not an impediment for us. We are fearless group of people. Fearless. If you ask anybody from Bomi, they know the Brown family. We're not ominions by anybody. We can be threatened. We can live at the wings and caprices of people. No. But the Senate got some issues. And today the Senate invited 2 government officials. We'll come to that 2 things we'll talk about quickly and then we'll open the lines. You can weigh in all of them. The Senate invited Mr. Josiah Joker, Civil Service Agency Director General. And he was invited because he went to NAMO's program, the group established and is being run by the Deputy Speaker, Thomas Fowler. He went there wearing a party paraphernalia and boldly accepted an interview in that party shirt or in that political paraphernalia of a group that is a political pressure group or a political group that supports the candidature of the current president. The Senate believe that this is a breach of the code of conduct. So the Senate invited him. And I will say this, it is the right of the Senate, but I think the Senate should have redirected that energy. There is a word called energy, there's a word called synergy. They are 2 different things. Energy is just the ability to do some things, maybe you alone and all of that. Synergy is a collaborative effort by 2-3 set of people to push for an agenda. That is what we call synergy. Now, let me go to what I want to say. What do we have the office of the ombudsman for? So I thought that the Senate would have left Mr. Josiah Joker off the hook and pressure an institution that is responsible for the violation of the code of conduct, and that is the office of the ombudsman. That office is fully funded. That office is fully funded. That office is given money to run, and I guess they're supposed to do their work. The last time I checked, the former head of the office of the ombudsman, Councillor Finlay Kanga, has recommended to the president for few government officials that were in violation of the code of conduct and some working ethics to be retributed. From what I've heard in the corridors of governance, when he mentioned some of the names, he mentioned names like Daniel Sando, who is almost every day ranting at people who, criticize the government, who uses government's platform to spew and insult people. The last time I checked, he referred to President Weah as a mosquito or something. The last time I checked, he referred to former President Weah as either a mosquito or, he got mosquito brain or something. A former president, a current deputy minister, is referring to a former president as having a brain as compared to a mosquito. So the office of the ombudsman wrote the name of several government officials, including Patrick Horner, owner of Punch FM, and several other government officials, and recommended either suspension or dismissal. And that listing was presented to the president in the corridors of the executive mansion. Some of the people who are close to these individuals whose names were mentioned started to have issues with Councillor Kanga. Though Councillor Kanga himself blundered, he messed up while he was there at the office of the ombudsman, did something, an investigation was conducted and found him guilty. The president had to ask him to resign, which he did. He's now into his private life. But when he released that listing, there were several persons in government that didn't like what he was doing. Then why do we have the office of the ombudsman? The office of the ombudsman should be there to make sure, because they are the policing angle to making sure that the laws, especially the code of conduct for public officials, are not violated. When there are violations, there should be retributions. If the crimes are punishable, they should be punishable. Josiah Joker went in the public, wore party or political t-shirt and granted interview, all of that. That was a gross violation of the code of conduct. You should be, the Senate should have been inviting the office of the ombudsman to ask them, what did you do to Josiah Joker when he wore party t-shirt? Not to call Josiah Joker as a person, but that they have called him is a form of oversight as well. But why did you leave out the institution that got direct oversight over this particular violation that was conducted or that was carried out by the CSA boss? That's one. Secondly, there is a tension growing, there is a tension breeding between the executive and that of the legislature, but specifically the Senate. The way I saw senators venting their angers today, I think there's a rift that is gradually tensioning, and it's escalating to a point where it will be uncontrollable. Uncontrollable anger is breeding. Mr. Samuel Nangbe, who comes from the Rural Renewable Energy, a government institution, has written on his Facebook page, even though he was wrong, and that we need to correct. Look, when the Senate probes in or the legislature probes in any matter of the country, it is their oversight they provide. The Senate called members of the Joint Security to give reasons why the pace of the investigation into the $19.2 billion has taken a slow and a nosedive. Mr. Samuel Nangbe writes on his Facebook page and says the Senate is interfering. And that thing they're doing to call in people from the Joint Security to ask them questions is interference. Instead, it is not oversight. The Senate saw this as disrespectful to them. They were right to call him. He went to the Senate today. They asked him to read. They asked him. He read his statement, the very thing he posted on Facebook. They asked him whether the Facebook page that that particular information was posted on belongs to him? He said, yes. It is his Facebook page. He read exactly what he wrote verbatim. And after he read that verbatim, senators start to throw questions at him. But one specific thing that one senator said that I didn't agree to, if you say you were disrespected as a Senate, which I don't encourage anyone disrespecting the Senate, but if you look at a grown-up man, a man with family, and you refer to him as a drunkard, he said you drink too much alcohol, you need to reduce the intake of your alcohol. It was also humiliating that man. You're also bringing, I'm not in any way supporting what Samuel Nangbe did by writing on a Facebook page to tell the senators that where they were poked in or they were trying to poke in was not an oversight. Instead, it was interference. That was wrong. It's contemptuous. Are they right to say they want to, issue a contempt charge on him? Yes, they're right, 100%. But listen to Senator Snow. This is what Senator Snow said that I don't agree with. Okay. Listen to what Senator Snow said to Nangbe, Samuel Nangbe. Let me play that again. He said, what are you getting drunk, misbehaving? You got to cut down your alcohol intake. Listen to Senator Snow. This in my mind, I think the senator slipped. Yeah, the man is under your jurisdiction now. He's under your, something. You can retribute, you can punish him. But to go as far as telling him that he's a drunkard, he drinks a lot, and he should cut down his alcohol intake and all of that, that is Senator Snow, you slipped. But to worsen situation, one of the government official, big government official, after all of this, he went and posted and insulted Senator Snow. Now, why am I angry with the Senate? The Senate got the energy, they got the temerity to call Samuel Nangbe, but they don't have that same energy to execute. They did not have that same energy, to put in when the police inspector general, R.G. Coldmore, went to the Senate and referred to a senator in plenary as a loose talker. The Senate could not take action. Instead, they allowed the inspector general to work freely. Was the statement from the inspector general contemptuous? Yes. When a lawmaker or there's any sibling of a sign that shows that someone is trying to breach or stop a lawmaker from or the legislature from performing its function, it seems as contemptuous. So the IG, the police inspector general, Gregory Coleman, goes to the Senate, look at Samuel Koga, who is speaking and exercising his constitutional and legislative function. He said, you are a loose talker. The IG was not just referring to Samuel Koga, he was referring to almost all the senators as loose talkers. Because what they do there, they ask questions. So when you look at one senator and say, you just hear talking loose, they are talking loosely. And the Senate could not take action. But the Senate today is taking action against Samuel Nangbe because he wrote. He was wrong by writing what he wrote. But why are we doing cherry picking? This is cherry picking. And when you want to have the country in a state where you enjoy it, look, cherry picking should not be part of it. Now, Chris Odonuga, I know whether I'm getting his name rightly. Christopher Hayes Onanunga. I think he come from the tourism sector, so he's the, I know working there, I know Bo or working, but he's one of the top government officials in the United Parties administration. He's always seen in the president's cycle and all of that. And this is what he wrote against Snow. Right after, just a few minutes ago, he wrote this. Sorry, I'm reading verbatim what he wrote, so you forgive me on some of the voice. He said, this stupid Snow con criminal tells someone who is far older than him to slow down on drinking. If your old mother was told that by younger ladies, you would take it. This foolish idiot, I do not blame you. I blame those who led you and allow you to do so. But I bet you, at your foolish age, to invite someone like me. This is a tension that is breeding between the legislature and the executive. Ambassador Christopher Hayes Ononunga, you are wrong today, you are wrong tomorrow, you are wrong any day. If Senator Snow tells a person who appears at the Senate, says, cut down on your alcohol intake, you get drunk every day, it was wrong on Senator Snow's part, and I mentioned that, but you cannot go to worsen situation. Another person who the Senate needs to invite is you can be inviting other people and leave out LBS, Director General Eugene Facon, the loud talker, who's just talking around, just passing, just talking. He's talking, and he's even challenging the Senate. You're not calling that man. You're not calling Eugene Facon. You're calling other people. These are called cherry picking. Look, tomorrow, if I'm here, we'll use the whole time to talk about why the legislature decided to grant printing approval for the $79 billion ones. Few questions hasn't been answered. How many mutilated money do we have in circulation? Too many questions need to be answered before allowing the printing to go on. Have we answered those questions? Tomorrow we'll have to talk about that. But let's talk about this one that happened at the Senate. What's your take on some of the things that we've talked about already? Give us your honest opinion. But Eugene Fagon should be made to appear before the Senate. I think you have issued too many disrespect to senators that he should just go free. Yeah, I do not agree with that. 077-959-959 is the final lap of the program. 077-959-959 0881-871-670 are the numbers you can dial right now to be a part of the program. Inside Liberia on Care Radio 95.9 is the final segment of the program. That's the final lap. Let's take calls. This person, let's hear you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Let me say good evening to the many listeners following your broadcast.
Let's hear you.
I'm Joe D'Souza, and I phone him from the community this evening.
Let's hear you, D'Souza.
Look, we have to be very much careful in this country. If care is not taken, there will be a clash between the legislature and the executive. Mm-hmm. We have back and forth insults from the executive to the legislature, from the legislature to the executive. Mm-hmm. And the executive have to put themselves in the shoe that these people from the executive will act accordingly. You have to hold them accountable and stop doing hand-picking. Mm-hmm. If this member of the executive does anything, if you want to punish someone from the executive, let it go across. We observe from the inception of the minister, the ambassador at large, the former ambassador at large, Chef Kuyate, he was punished. He was punished because the legislature, the House of Representatives, find for no confidence. Now to the police director, you pardon the police director. You are investigating, or you want to punish another member of the executive. So if you are hand picking, or if you are or picking more people to punish.
Yeah, that's cherry picking. Yeah.
Yeah, cherry picking. The legislature won't be respected.
Okay.
And if the legislature is not respected, this country will crash for us.
Okay. Thank you. We allot 1 minute to each caller because we don't have the luxury of time. 6 o'clock we'll go for news. Let's go to the United States and talk to Pastor Musa Brown. Let's hear you.
Thank you for the show and thank you for the talking point. But Brown, Decimon?
Yes, sir.
There's a saying that says that when you measure yourself into meter cup, when you cook yourself into meter cup, they will dish you out with broomstick. Look, some of the guys that are talking to the senators now should not be talking about now because they had no reason confirming them. No reason. Some of the people that confirmed, there was no reason. Look, Christopher Ininga, the Christopher guy that you're talking about, did not just write on Facebook. At ABS, he made a statement there over a national radio station. And he said he's dead. The day they started write him and invite him, that's the time they will know who is he. That's a challenge. And this is a disgrace to our country, Decimal. Look, yes, we know that when people go to the Senate and go there as government officials, there are certain things you senators will not take advantage of. But look, the Senate remains our elders. No matter the age of the person that holds that position, they are the voice of our nation. When the government employee is ready to speak to them with respect and dignity. But because the senators mentioned they cook themselves into better cup, so these lawmakers are appointees of government are ditching them up with broomsticks. Because some of them, before they pass their confirmation, they know what happened under the table.
Okay.
We guys know what they did under the table. That's the reason why there is no respect paid to them. Right now, they want to demand that respect. But they give them a say to Senator Snow, and I'm personally going to call Senator Snow because that is my brother from Manara, and I know him very well. I am personally going to call Senator Snow, let him challenge, let him invite Christopher, and let him go and insult the senators because he made that known on ELBC, not only on Facebook that he wrote.
Okay, thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you so kindly. Let's come back Liberia and take this person. Let's hear you. Hello?
Yeah,
take 1 minute quickly. We are out of time. We want to take others too.
Yeah, Moses Colley.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Colley.
Yes, the senator of the country, the could say that the player that they know that function. How we allow government to go to everyone is shot on your police. You don't take full step against it, you allow them to go. So the law maker that the party, he's a union party man or opposition.
Are you not the party man?
Are you the party man? But now the stretching on him because they made that insult your member, if you know your right to step back. You know, the way they still message, the way they say that there, sorry.
Okay.
The way be the John Haro be.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Let's run and take Pascal Davis. Pascal, welcome. Let's hear you.
Thank you. Thank you, Chi. Look, it's difficult to speak sometimes, but this is
why is it difficult?
Because the government is confused. The country is confused. Everybody just confused.
Yeah, we generally when I confuse or beg you on your thing.
Well,